Hello you butt knuckles, Total MK fan here with finally the video I was promised to post a long time ago. The total drama character reveal part, I don't know, because I think I lost count, I think it's 5 or 6. But this time, I'm finally gonna talk about one character in specific that it is, in my opinion, the most underrated Total Drama character. That is the character that I didn't reveal in Total Drama Top 7 Underrated Characters. And the character is...
Yes, gotten the deets, oh, give me the deets. Dish me them deets, oh, I want them seats, oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about Emma from the Reboot, not one from Redonkul's Race. This one I'm gonna talk about in another video. Here in this video we're going to see how she was during the first 2 seasons of the Reboot, what she could have done, and what she can do in a possible season 3. And also I'm going to try to explain why she's not a bad character and she is an underrated character. Yes, I'm going to try to convince you guys that she is. And if I don't, at least like, subscribe the video please. I'm kind of needing this, so you know, you can't just watch the video and think, oh my god, this is so stupid. Like, you know, it wouldn't hurt, right? Please just do it. Emma's personality is something interesting because when she's with any other character that isn't Chase, she's a nice, extroverted girl and real dorky sometimes, and in some situations a good leader for the frogs. But when she's with Chase, well, how I could explain? She becomes a total menace and she's really mad at him and just wants to hurt him and kill him in some points because she really hates him. And I don't blame her because what he did was messed up. He cut her brakes of the car, so yeah, I totally understand why she's like this towards Chase. But towards others, she's nice. And this difference between her interactions with others and interactions with Chase makes her personality a little bit interesting because she's not exactly the same all the time and she keeps changing between being extremely mad at Chase and want to get into a really nice dorky girl. And it's cool to see it. Unless she is dating Chase, because, you know, they got back together sometimes in the season, and then she just become a lovesick that just, oh my god, my boyfriend, and I think it's the worst type of person I have for her. Because when she's like this, her character is basically just Chase's girlfriend, and is really disappointed because her character could be way more. But let's talk about this in other topic that will be Chase and Emma. But first, let's talk about other things. Now, talk about her game and interactions that one thing goes with the other because her gameplay basically consists in 2 main interactions, that is Chase or Bowie. She has interactions with other characters, but they aren't really focused on the game and are really little interactions like Juliet bullying her or she just being a little bit team captain in some moments in some episodes. Because Reboot has this thing that characters only interact with 2 or 3 with a lot of luck other characters because, you know, 13 episodes, we don't have time to, you know, focus in interactions between a lot of characters. So yeah, her main interactions this season are Bowie and Chase. And basically just that. So basically with Chase, she hates him because he's her ex-boyfriend and what he did to her that was cut her brakes. And she's always trying to make Chase lose the challenge, getting hurt, or being eliminated. And it's basically just that. And Bowie, on the other hand, is her best friend. So he's always, you know, trying to be nice to her and going with her weird things, even her dance, because even though he knows it's weird, he doesn't mind because it's his friend. But also tries to make her understand this is a game and Chase is not a good person. And when they got back together, Chase and Emma, Bowie tries everything to make Emma see that this wasn't a good thing and, you know, being a good friend saying, you know, Chase is a jerk and just because he said sorry is enough for you to get back together with him, but she doesn't listen. And this is a thing that's a bit of a problem for Emma's gameplay. When she's got back together with Chase, she doesn't focus on anything else but unless it's Chase. And this really messes her things up here. Like in episode 8, they all love sick for each other because Chase accidentally said sorry for something that doesn't have to do with the car crash and Emma forgive him like really easily. That's the other thing I have to complain because Emma forgives Chase really easy, just the dude say, I'm sorry babe, and she goes like, oh, he's a new man now. Like, no it isn't. Who is dumb enough to forgive a guy and, you know, date him just because he said sorry? Oh yeah, it has her in the show. I forgot about that. Anyway, now let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about Emma, that this thing with Chase is something that annoys me, especially in episode 8, because they just focus on each other. And when Emma finds out that, oh, he didn't say sorry because what he did because of a chocolate bar. Now I hate him again, and they lose the challenge because they make each other vomit. Really smart. Or episode 11, that she got back together again with Chase because she thought he sacrificed himself for her to win a challenge, and she argues with Bowie because she thinks that Chase is amazing, and Emma knows that she is amazing and never would do something to her, and Bowie betrayed her because he voted Chase off, and boom, because of that, Bowie doesn't want to be more friends with her. Everyone hates her because she killed a turtle because of Julian lying, and everyone voted her off because she was amazing at challenge, and she goes home. If she didn't have to go with Chase in the whole Chase situation, she could go back with Alex with Bowie and make Millie and Priya vote for Julia because Bowie is really convincing. But no, because of Chase, she didn't win this season and got eliminated in 5th place. If it wasn't for Chase, she would have stayed in the game. Because another thing I want to say, besides her interactions, that she is a really good player. She showed a lot of times she's really good at physical challenge, and she has a good leadership in some moments. But Chase messed up her whole gameplay, and this sucks because it's really annoying to see this happen. But one thing I need to say that even though Chase is messed up her gameplay, and when they are dating, they are extremely annoying because they are just lovesick to each other. They have some really funny moments when they hate each other. And this is one of the reasons Emma isn't a dislikable character, because yeah, when she's with Chase dating, she is not cool and really not a good thing to watch, and it's even gross. But when she hates him, it's hilarious because this girl getting mad and she's being super stupid. It's something entertainment, and you can watch and laugh a lot about it. So I think that saves the character. And when she's not with Chase and just talking with Bowie, it's a nice friendship to see because she acts normally, and she's her dorky self that it's really endearing and cute to see sometimes. So this kind of makes the character not be totally shit in this season and actually saves her. But one thing I need to say is season 2 didn't have the same, enjoyable things about Emma like season 1. So let's talk about it. So it's kind of complicated to talk about Emma's season 2 version because she's basically nothing in this season. The only interesting things we know about Emma in the season and happened is that she broke up with Chase for good because she watched episodes that happened, the sacrifice, and she noticed that he did the whole thing because of pizza and not her, so she isn't with him anymore. And after that, she basically does nothing the whole episode besides some nice interactions here and there. And episode 2, I think, is one of her best episodes because she manipulates Chase to think he needs to make a cool intro for a video that he's not even going to post. So the team lost because Chase was thinking he needs to make a good intro and he was useless. And when the team lost, not exactly just because of that, because of other things, but Chase was useless, didn't help at all, and he is really good at physical challenge. We saw in season 1. So it was a good idea Emma do that and cause Chase elimination. When the first time her causing an elimination, that was on purpose because she really wanted him out, and worked. So it was a good use for the character. But after that, she does basically nothing. Even when she's not part of Chase's character, when she's not with him, she does nothing, because episode 3 she does basically that. She does nothing besides being a big blonde chicken. And episode 4, that was the episode of her elimination, she's horrible in that episode because she does basically nothing right. All her answers to help the team win the challenge are wrong, even one that includes Bowie. Like, how she got it wrong, something that includes her best friend of the past season. It doesn't make sense. The writers just make everything here so she could be eliminated. And I didn't like that because she made a mistake, yes, but it was also Priya's mistake because she's a terrible leader. Instead of talking to Emma when she finds out that, oh, her answers are all wrong, so let's go with the opposite. Instead of explaining to Emma, she just say, oh, turn around, don't look what we're doing, and we are lying to your face, okay? You're definitely not going to get mad. Person of the season that has the worst temper here. Like, genius. And when Emma finally tries something in a question about Chase. Priya doesn't let her answer with her instinct because, oh, you're wrong, we need to go to the opposite, even though it's a question about her ex-boyfriend. Of course, these questions she know the answer. And again, they lost the challenge. Woo, surprising. And well, Emma's eliminated in the same episode. She started the season broken up with Chase, and that's it. And she being eliminated the season with her only thing she did was being broken up with Chase. It's sad. Her personality didn't change, her interactions with the others didn't change at all. She just have some little interactions with Damien and Priya, and that's it, nothing more. So she started the season doing nothing and was eliminated doing nothing. And was really disappointed. In my opinion, so her to be better in this season and people to like her more, because people just don't like her because she was always talking about Chase in season 1 and season 2 when she had a chance to not. She didn't have, the chance to not just talk about Chase. So in my opinion, she should have lasted way longer, like took Priya's placement and Priya's being eliminated in episode 4, because it would be way fun to see Emma struggling and not having to talk with Chase and have other interactions, especially with Caleb, because without Priya, he would need a new ally. And Emma is the only ally he could, manipulate, because she's basically the only person that thinks he's hot in here besides Priya. It's actually really funny, the hot guy has just like 2 people who think he's hot. I mean, look at the season, I'm not surprised. And even though Priya has some real questionable stuff in her writing, if Emma, it wouldn't be questionable, because she is normally gets mad with everything and has the reactions of, being extremely mad when people messed up. So with Caleb, people wouldn't hate it when she gets mad, because we are already used to it. The only reason people hate Priya is because we're not used to see her mad and angry and crazy because of it. But Emma, yeah, so it wouldn't affect her plot, and we make her have waste screen time, and we fix a lot of things, because she wouldn't talk with Chase, she would talk with Caleb, and maybe wouldn't be that horrible like it was with Priya. Talking about things that can happen if the Reboot has a season 3. So if the Reboot has a season 3 with the same cast, no new characters or a fusion between casts, just the same cast as first and second season, what Emma could do? And I have some ideas in mind that I'd like to think about. Well, basically, she could have more interactions. As we've seen past seasons, the only interaction she had was with Bowie and Chase. And I would like to see Emma have more interactions with the girls. Not Priya, because we already see that is not that interesting in season 2, even though it was just 1 episode. So what interaction to you would be nice with Emma? I don't know if you guys agree, but if you guys saw my ranking ships part 2, I would love to see MK interacting with Emma, because they could torture Chase together, because MK does know how to wreck things and Emma has some, psychopathic thoughts when it comes to hurting Chase. And we already see they have a good duo chemistry in episode 4 of the Reboot. They work together. It would be nice to see, because Emma is the only one who doesn't mind MK that much like the others, except for Jill, of course, because she's the only person who really minds MK, if you know what I'm talking about. But she doesn't hate, but she doesn't love MK or alike. So it would be nice to see a friendship happen here, and this could cause a second thing that I think would be interesting. That's a love triangle between Emma, Julia, and MK. Not that MK and Emma would fall in love with each other or like each other, but Julia being jealous a bit in trying to eliminate Emma and not working backstabbing in her back, because we need Julia being an early build, so it would be nice to see it. And in that situation, MK and Emma could form a duo and go way far in the game together. It would be a nice interaction. Or another situation, she talks to Bowie again, and it would be nice to see them becoming friends and having a plot of, trusting each other again, and having basically the same situation we had in season 1. They being friends, gossiping about, and, being a fun duo to watch. And about her and Chase in a possible season 3. I think it would work if Chase was eliminated early and she had just focused on her, or I don't know, maybe they tried to make a plot with Chase tries to prove he changed and Emma just be there like, okay, prove it, and he tries, and maybe it could be a redemption of the two characters' romance if they get back together. But this situation I don't want to see, because I think Chase is good being a jerk and not having a development or redemption. So I think that's a way better option if Chase was being eliminated early, or just stays the same, Emma just ignores him. So that's possible things I think could happen in possible season 3 of Emma. So yeah, I would like those situations. So now just saying some final thoughts about Emma and about her run through the game. In season 1, she's a nice girl, is dorky, and has some really good game abilities, like being good at physical challenge and having some leadership moments. But she can become a real angry person that doesn't focus too much on those stuff, because she's focused on her ex-boyfriend who made a really messed up thing in the past, and she can't move on. It keeps going, trying to hurt him or even kill him in some situations. Makes some really funny scenes, and having a entertaining situation, because Emma hurting her boyfriend is something that it's fun. But we also see she's a person that forgives too easily, because the whole situation with Chase, that she said sorry and she forgives immediately, and she's really stubborn with some ideas involving Chase that she doesn't want to listen to reality, or her best friend Bowie made her lose a friend and the game. And in season 2 we see that she changed, because she broke up with the guy who literally made something horrible and never apologized truly, and she focused now just on herself and the game. But we also see that she led to nothing, because without Chase her plot goes to nowhere, because apparently the writers don't know what to do with her. And some final thoughts that I like to add is that season 3, hopefully she has more screen time and more interest with other contestants, and that season 2 she could have been way more. This is why I say Emma is a really underrated character, but not by the community, because I see the fans actually really like her. Some don't, but I can understand. The problem is that the writers didn't see the potential she could have been. They tried to focus on Priya in season 2, since the plot of Priya could easily be Emma's plot, and without the problems they are like, Priya would never do that. If it was Emma in her place, we would say, okay, it's Emma's doing that, it's normal, so we would understand that situation, and would feel forced, and it have more screen time to a character that deserves more screen time, without going on just with another character the whole time. And now some final opinions. I really like Emma's character. I think she's really enjoyable, especially when she's not dating Chase. Besides that, she's a really enjoyable character of all moments. I like when she's friends with Boa, because it's a real friendship and it's entertaining in season 1, and it's nice to see. I love when she's being just a dorky character and being really cute sometimes, especially when she dances. That was one of the best moments in the whole show. And when she's arguing and fighting with Chase, it's also good, because it's entertaining and so stupid sometimes that you have to laugh, and it's going to be something really absurd, because Chase always says something that you keep like, oh my god, I can't believe she dated him. And her reactions are totally understandable and funny, because she gets mad in a level that she even gets red, and it's a fun reaction and fun face expression. In season 2, I don't really care about her, even though I think she had some funny moments here and there, some interesting things. I just like to think about what she could have been and what she could have do. I think she's a real wasted potential, and she could have done way more if the show wasn't, focused on Priya and having her be the screen hog she is. I hope in season 3 she gets way more screen time and, more interaction between the others, and fix the whole thing with Bowie. And one final thing before I finish the video is rank her design. That is, I really like her design. I think the color palettes are good. I like the sweater and the little skirt there, and the only things I don't like is the shoe, because it's pink and a bit too big for her, but it's okay, I don't mind at all. And one opinion I have that a lot of people would disagree, but I think she's the prettiest girl with the reboot. Yeah, I don't think it's Julia, I don't think it's Michelle, I think Emma's the prettiest girl in the reboot. If you disagree, go in the comments, because I don't care, it's what I said. You guys can agree or not, because I'm telling the truth here. If you don't understand, you're just dumb or have no taste in women. And well, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm really trying to get better with this whole video thing, ranking and talking about characters and analyzing them and the points here. It's really difficult for me, so comment down below what I can get better and what should I, make in the next video, analyze just one character, because I don't know how to do it, and this was the first time doing this with my voice, so I hope you guys enjoy. And if I say something wrong or just need to get better in some points. Just comment down below and like, subscribe, all those stuff. This is MJ, and goodbye.